great airplane, great product, senseless waste of money.
When the Slingsby T-3A Firefly was brought into the Air Force pilot training program in 1994, it was a big deal, a $32 million deal. 110 of the incredibly aerobatic planes to help train America's defenders. But for most of the past decade, you've paid about $12,000 a month to let those planes rot. It's roughly $60 million worth of airplanes and parts that are sitting on in storage that the American taxpayer just has to eat.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Bob Hemp is the maintenance director for the Air Education Training Command, which took aspiring pilots, put them in those T-3A trainers now parked at Hondo, and taught them to fly. So why now do the planes sit covered in dust with flat tires?
That's a real good question. I wish I had a real good answer.
Greg Baldessari was the head civilian flight instructor in the Hondo program. He says during the little more than 3 years the T-3As were used, about 5,000 pilots were trained. Then, 3 crashes at the Air Force Academy in Colorado. 3 cadets and 3 instructor pilots died.
Every accident in that airplane was pilot error. Had nothing to do with the capability of the airplane.
According to the Air Force's own investigation, the crashes were caused by pilot error. But a number of the planes began experiencing fuel problems, which caused the engines to shut down. Every incident, according to Baldessari, happened on the ground. After the crashes, though, the planes were grounded. And following an extensive review, the Air Force spent $8 million to correct the fuel problems. Then, almost a year of testing, hundreds of flights at Edwards Air Force Base, in which Baldessari says he took part, proved the plane safe. But yet the Air Force says no.
That's right.
It sounds rather arbitrary.
It was probably true, but it was a decision that was made very, very high.
A lot of people said essentially the same thing. You can kill a second lieutenant, but you can't kill a cadet.
Baldessari says the report on the Edwards test was given to the Air Force Chief of Staff, General Mike Ryan. Shortly afterwards, the training program was scrapped, and the remaining 107 Fireflies mothballed.
There is no reason that those airplanes should be grounded. None. Zero.
Baldessari believed so much in the planes, he offered to buy them. There were also offers from foreign countries, and reportedly a deal to send them back to Slingsby. But we're told every time Air Force attorneys quashed the deals. Their reason? Liability.
That's ridiculous. It's just not the law.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Ron Sprague is an attorney specializing in aviation law for more than 20 years. He's also a pilot.
There's something called the sovereign immunity that you can't sue the government unless the government gives you permission.
Air Force attorneys say the Air Force would be liable because they ordered a bigger engine and altered the fuel systems. Another reason they won't sell? Negligent maintenance, allowing the planes to gather dust for 9 years.
That's all immune from liability because it was the government that did it in the interest of national defense. It made its discretionary decisions on what it wanted and went out and bought what it wanted. There's absolutely no reason they couldn't contract themselves completely immune. It's just I can't fathom a reason they couldn't do that.
It's a purely political.
Somebody doesn't want to do it.
Somebody doesn't want egg on their face.
Somebody doesn't want to do it, and the lawyers are covering it.